NBC News Talk time is 4:20. I'm Dave Congleton, gearing up for next week. Next week, we are going to be covering the Morro Bay mayoral race. We have both candidates coming in for separate interviews. Congressman Salud Carbajal is going to check in. Sheriff Ian Parkinson is going to talk about fentanyl. Jeff Oslin. Remember Jeff Oslin? He didn't make it to the general election in District 2, but he still has some thoughts about the election. And he's not talking to anybody else except to you right here on Hometown Radio. So I'm just saying, you should stay with us throughout the week, weekday afternoons from 3:05 to 7 o'clock, right here on KVEC, where we are back with Karen Velie. And Karen, speaking of elections, I was talking to Joe Tarica the other day from the Tribune, and we seem to be in agreement that this year is different in terms of local elections. It struck both of us that the real intense fighting was the primary, and now that we've moved on to the general, there doesn't seem to be as much enthusiasm for the candidates by and large. What do you think?
I haven't seen the number of opinion pieces and that type of thing, but I've actually seen more nastiness right now in North County on social media and different websites, even Instagram websites, or there's just all kinds of business websites. People are getting pretty aggressive.
Well, I think that is largely because the District 2 race between Gibson and Jones is the competitive one that could go either way. To be fair, I suppose either man has a shot at winning that race, and whoever wins, that tilts the balance of power of the Board of Supervisors. So I get the fact that there's a lot at stake. You're covering this more than I am. I'm sorry to hear that it's gotten so intense.
Well, the thing is, it's not bad to be intense and to say why you like someone and what someone's doing wrong. But when you're putting out false information and attacking others with, oddball claims about their reputations, things that are absolutely untrue, even going after reporters and other people, then you have a problem. I've read in the last few days, I think I've seen 4 or 5 things attacking myself on Cal Coast News. Not on Cal Coast News, about Cal Coast News, from LinkedIn to an attorney's private page, his business page, Facebook page, a number of things. And they're absolutely ridiculous. They're talking, they're making claims such as, I'm having an affair with this guy, I'm having an affair with this guy, I'm on welfare. It's just ridiculous claims. I live in the Pomo. The claims are very, very odd.
Well, they're concerned.
Nothing to do with the election. They have nothing to do with candidates.
Yeah. Now, the other story I want to make sure I have time for, can you explain to me the story about the guy they found with all the guns? He was making the guns?
Here's the interesting thing. This guy was advertising all over the web that he I think his business was AK Collections, and he was advertising that he had parts for Russian assault weapons here in the United States, and he was making assault weapons out of his home in San Luis Obispo. This is a man, his name is Dylan Hardy. He graduated from Cal Poly in 2017, and then he started his business here in town. He has a bachelor's degree in industrial technology, and he was ordering gun parts from Russia and putting together automatic weapons that were not licensed, and then selling them. When they raided his house, they found 16 unregistered assault weapons. There were 5 AK-style machine guns, 45 ghost gun machine gun kits, which said made in Russia. He had silencers, all types. He had 150 rounds of ammunition. And this was all going on in San Luis Obispo and advertised on the web. And no one noticed until the safe came in and the Attorney General's office raided his home and arrested him.
Do you know how the state Attorney General found out about him? Just came across him on the web?
I would have a feeling they came across him on the web. It's pretty easy to find if you type in AK. You know, assault weapons, you find them here in San Luis Obispo. I was very surprised. I saw they sent out a note without his name that they had done an arrest, without a lot of information. And I typed assault weapons and different things, AK, into a search and immediately found this gentleman in San Luis Obispo. And then I found that he was in the San Luis Obispo. He was arrested and booked into the San Luis Obispo County Jail for having these assault weapons. So it's definitely him on the day that they raided the home here in Sloan.
Just an incredible story.
It's very odd for San Luis Obispo. Always seems like such a safe, calm city. I was shocked.
Well, I mean, I can't speculate as to what his motive was, but he's clearly more than a collector.
Oh yes, yes. Well, no, he advertises that he is selling. So it's, this is a business for him.
All right, check out CalCoastNews.com, the investigative reporting website for the Central Coast, to find out what is happening. And as Karen was joining us today, the Paul Flores and Ruben Flores trial will resume tomorrow, which means the jury will be back, and both juries will be at work. And could be tomorrow, could be Friday, could be next week. But I suspect that we're going to get a verdict in both cases very, very soon. And also remind people that we got less than a month now to go to the election. It's almost here. So the main thing you have to do is check out the reporting in all the local media and make sure that you take the time to vote. Karen, Velie, always good to chat with you. I got about 30 seconds for a final thought.
And I'd also remind people, it's very important to put out your opinions. You can send them to all the media, CalCoast News, the Tribune, the New Times, the Atascadero News. Let the public know how you feel about the candidates and how you feel about the upcoming election.
And I just hope people take the time to vote. Ballots have been mailed out. Let's get a high turnout here. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but just make sure you vote. If you don't vote, don't complain.
Absolutely.
All right, Karen, thanks for checking in. We'll talk again. Off we go. We've got California headline.